Aquarius, July, Laura, Lucy, Louise, Louisiana, Lucifer, Capricorn or / Gemini, Linda, Belinda, Linda Lewis, Linda, I don't know, you could be a singer, you could be doing a lot around music, arts and crafts, Crafty Fox, you could be dealing with a Leo or an Aquarian, but you come up as an 8, I'll get on for that in a minute, but we're just going to channel a few messages for your July, but I keep hearing the same as what I did for Pisces, the names Jay, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack, Jack Frost, Cock Frost, Libra 2, something to do with maybe Johnny Depp maybe, but Captain Jack Sparrow, something to do with sparrows, birds. Some of you feed the birds. It could be Mary Poppins, could be someone from Britain, or you call Brittany, Brian B, anybody beginning with B, or Brian birds also, like feeding the birds. Some of you therapeutically, actually I do this, I do have Aquarian in my chart. I actually go out every day in the garden and feeding birds quite a lot. Like I just find it very therapeutic. Spend quite a bit of money on just general like birds really, but like wildlife. Okay, so that would also be Paul McCartney wildlife, park life. Some of you might be needing to cut down on your pork grind, mate. So some of you might be I don't know, going out for a lot of walks. I'm also hearing Pokemon. Are you? My girlfriend's actually doing that. She got Aquarius and Leo 8s, but yeah, I'm hearing Pokemon, Paula Pucci Piscean, Pokemon walks. So you'll see that if you join my vlog, you'll see that she's been doing that when I get round to editing the footage. There's going to be a lot on there actually, Aquarius, because we're going to start talking about our spiritual journey together, what it was like when we got split up. But anyway, definitely hearing like walking, doing quite a lot of walking, like dieting and walking, quite a lot of that. But I'm also hearing like Pokemon. So some of you have probably got the app that's on the phone and you're walking around doing Pokemon type sort of stuff. Definitely hearing that for you. Definitely hearing like working out, like, but I don't think it's like a gym, a gymnasium. I just think it's like doing a lot of walking, a lot of activity. Okay, and it might be something on your phone, like a watch or a phone, and you've got something on there, and you're like, oh, this is going to get us walking, right? So doing that kind of stuff. What else am I hearing for you, Aquarius, for July? I keep hearing Laura, Lucy, Lucifer, Capricorn, Louise, Lol, Lulu. Lie, shalala. Same messages that came up through Pisces. So if you've got anybody, if you haven't got a Piscean placement, or you haven't got a Life Path 3 placement, okay, anywhere in your chart, the same kind of messages always come through. But like Pisces are an Aquarian in Vedic, they would always be a Piscean. So you always kind of come through as the same kind of vibe. But if anyone's got like Aquarius, Leo, Piscean, you're coming up as the same messages. LA, okay, so you could be from LA. There was also a lot of, well, that's why we pray for another day. So there's a lot of religion and going to church and all that. Take me to church. You could be into a lot of music and mixing, mastering, like I do for Angel Radio. There's another one coming out very soon. You can find details about all that below. Actually, I haven't updated it, but it's on this channel as well, okay, as a playlist of music, free music. But like, I don't know, sort of like religion type sort of stuff, singing, arts, crafts, that kind of stuff, walking, Pokemon for some reason, like Pikachu. Any other messages? Yeah, like, we're going to leave it at that, Aquarius. Anyway, how you doing? So July, right? Let's see what's going to be happening with Aquarius for July. Lee, Laura, Lucy, L's, man. There are L's all over the place. L's are bubs. Like Capricorn, Gemini, Capricorn, Gemini. There's a load of them all up in here. You could have them all around your family and everything. Okay, Stephen. Have them all round. So some of you having the family over. Or Giro. Someone could be from up north and they're like, oh, Girora, Aura, Laura, Kiora. I'll be your dog. Something around a dog or a cat. So you might be looking to buy a dog or a cat this month. Could be coming up where you're spending a lot of time around dogs and cats, like animal shelters, or you have a dog or a cat, or you're looking for one, or you could have lost one like myself and you're looking to maybe get another one, or you're walking quite a lot with a dog or a cat, and it's kind of like repetition energy of like, okay, if I'm walking a lot I might as well get a dog, and then I can actually go out and walk the dog. So it's kind of like that, doing a lot of exercise with either phones or apps or dogs and walking. But yeah, I think that you probably do a lot of that, okay? But I'm hearing it's the raining cats and dogs. So anybody beginning with L with cats or dogs, and there's quite a lot of them. There could be cat ladies, dog ladies, I don't know, Lady and the Tramp. Someone could be very trampish. But Lady and the Tramp, so you might be eating a lot of noodles or like that kind of stuff if you're looking at food. Well, my diet is going quite well because I've just discovered Tesco's low calorie range, which is a lot of noodles and rice. It's all set out to a certain amount of dish of food. Some of you could be ordering like Uber Eats and eating out and all that sort of stuff, or you're eating Minge, but like eating out, okay, so you might be eating someone out, or eating mess. Some of you might be having Bailey's eating mess, or I forget where eating mess is, I think it's Wales. So not the pub then, is it? Like eating mess, or my eating is a mess. You could have a messy eating disorder, like myself or Law and Order, or an eating disorder. But mine is obviously not bulimia, but it is. Because it's eating myself to a point where I'm not sick. Like I don't actually be sick, but I eat myself like you would if you had an eating disorder of bulimia. It's the other way around, but I'm just not sick. Okay, I have to eat until I'm full. But I'm kind of getting that sorted out, and it's now kind of verging on sorting it out, basically. So you could have a lot around eating disorders, dieting, walking, exercise, mental health kind of stuff is also here, like bipolar, bipolar, mental health, working for the mental health, all that kind of stuff is also here as well. Like exercising, foods related kind of messages seem to be yours, Aquarius. Okay, so Kaylee, Casey, Cassandra, Cara, I'm what's her name? Cara, Tara, Tanya, Tyler, Taro, Taze, T, Terry. Anybody begin with T? Also T. Someone calls someone T. You're right, T. You're right, T. Do you want a cup of tea, Zia? Do you want a cup of tea? Do you want to smoke and a cup of tea? Someone drinks tea. I don't drink tea. I actually don't like tea. I drink coffee. Someone's from Dudley or from Cannock or something like that. It's like, hey, do you want a cup of tea? It's like, no, I don't drink tea, but I drink coffee. So someone's like a coffee or a secret lemonade drinker. So, I don't know, drinking tea or coffee, or drinking a lot of it anyway. Anyway, let's see. Someone could be from like London or somewhere like that, and they're like, hey, do you want a cup of tea? Do you want a cup of tea, sweetheart? Hey, come on in, do you want a cup of tea? Anyway, let's see. Aquarius. I'm just popping in for a cup of tea, Polly. Oh, it might be Aunt Sally. You could have someone that's Aunt Sally. Hopefully your uncle's not called Wurzel, Gummidge, but like Aunt Sally and a cup of tea and a slice of cake. Could be from up north and you talk a little bit like that. I'm just popping in for a cup of tea and a slice of cake. And like, well, I don't want a slice of cake because you're pissing me off, keep talking about fucking food. So Moody Foodie is also what I'm hearing. Moody Blues. Some of you could be feeling very blue at the moment. Okay, you might be wearing a lot of blue, or you just feel blue. I don't know, but I'm hearing fields of blue. Blue. I'm blue. Hoo hoo. Boo hoo. Well, I'm hearing boo hoo. Boo hoo. Or someone calls someone boo a lot. You're right, boo. Hey, boo. You're right, boo. Boo. Ah. You scared me that day. Oh, really? That's in that deck. I don't know. Feeling very standoffish, like trying to cut someone off at the knees. Learning boundaries. Okay, healthy boundaries or unhealthy boundaries. So that's either during weight or people. Okay, but I need to have certain boundaries in place first before I start. So it's a little bit like going on a diet, knowing that I have to have boundaries with myself. I have to stop myself from doing something. Okay. So it's a little bit like that. I need to have healthy boundaries in place around my health. I need to say no instead of yes, okay? I need to learn the lesson of no. If I'm always a person that says, yes, I'll do it, yes, just say yes all day long, and you've never really said no, and you're like a Libra or a 2 somewhere, okay, and you've never really said no, then you need to learn a lesson around no. If you always say no, then you need to learn a lesson around yes. Is really what I keep picking up, because it's more of a healthy boundary, okay? So it's like this, I have to say no, okay? I'm sorry, but I have to say no. Sorry seems to be the hardest word, but the answer is no all the same, okay? But I have to say that. If not, I don't have any boundaries, and you could be dealing with a Pisces if I say if not, okay? Okay, let's see, Aquarius. It might be teaching someone boundaries. It might be if you're in a couple and you're like, listen, I really feel like going out for a donut. And they're like, no. And like, why not? It's because you're on the diet. You really, or you really need to start eating. And they say, no. You're like, listen, you really need to start listening because we've got your health concern. Or stern, Pudgy. Let's see. Aquarius. What's Aquarius got coming up for July? 4 of Wands. You're in a twin flame dynamic of feeling like you're in a holding cell. You could really be like having a problem with a life path 4 or a Scorpio energy here. 7s and 4s. 74. Will you still love me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? So I'm definitely hearing that someone might be an old age pensioner through that energy anyway. Because it's like 74. It could be 74, okay? But like I'm hearing, when I'm 64, will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? So there might be someone that you force feed, or like a baby or someone, or you're needing to force feed them, or breastfeed them. I'm also hearing like a child or a baby, and you've got also hearing people that are playing Fortnite as well, or in a fortnight. A fortnight is 2 weeks' time. Someone might be giving birth to a baby, Jenny, here, in a fortnight, like in 2 weeks' time. But like I'm also picking up someone at home here. This is like an elderly residential home here, okay? And it's people like, you're right, sweet, oh, piss off, I don't want it. It's like, look, listen, SpongeBob, let's just give you a quick rub. And you're like, fuck off, I don't want it, Taffers. No. Could be Bullseye. Could be Jim Bowen. Oh, look at what you could have won, but you didn't, you lost it. Come on, bring family over. Come and let them have a look at what you could have won. You could have won this fucking house. You could have had a really good relationship here, but you fucked it up, didn't you? Bring family over, tell them to all have a look at it, and then, well, you didn't fucking win it. We just need to show that you could have, but you didn't, you lost. You got nothing but BFH. So go on, fuck off. Go on, get off this camera. So Cameron, well, like, sorry, I'm having a bit of a joke, but it's a little bit like what they used to have here called Bullseye, right? So it's Jim Bowen. So look at what you could have won. Oh, but you didn't. Oh, it's fucking terrible. Come on, bring family in. Come on, bring them all in. Let them all have a look at it. Look at Steve. Look. Oh, he's got a 4 of Wands sitting in his hand, and you could have won it, but you didn't, did you? No, you didn't. No, I got cut off. Started becoming very aggressive and realised, fuck it, what's going on? I don't really know. I'm now in a 4 of Wands state of mind. I took it. I should have took the option, but I didn't. I took too long. And I didn't take it. And then all of a sudden, Jim Bowen called me to come on telly, and then I realised I'd fucking lost. I'd lost the love of my life, and now I've turned into Queen. Oh dear, the love of my life. Sorry, where's the comedy coming from? Divine comedy? Divine living in the UK? You're right. Someone's from the UK, yeah? Kaylee, Cassandra, Keely. Anyway, yeah, we've got Jim Bowen going on. Look at what you could have won, but you didn't. Or what you have. Look at what you have. You should be grateful for what you have. You have a fucking 4 of Wands. You want to think yourself, lucky. Look at Lucy. Look at Lucifer. I'm saying, you want to think yourself, lucky. Go on, look at what you got. Look, come on, love. Pick your chin up. Look at what you got. Oh, it's not good enough, though. What do you mean it's not good enough? You got a fucking house, didn't you? God, be more grateful. Yeah, but I want a love life to be living with a white picket fence. It's like, listen, don't you know that's a pipe dream? It's shite. It doesn't happen. It didn't happen. I'm hearing, well, it didn't happen. It just didn't happen. Oh dear, I'm also hearing, why does it always happen to me? Why? Anyway, let's see. Sorry, Aquarius, I'm having a bit of a joke, but I'm hearing some weird messages. Let's see, Aquarius. What's Aquarius got coming up? That's what happens when you've got Aquarius in the 3rd house and also Mercury as well. Freddy, you get Freddy when you got Aquarius in Mercury in the 3rd house. You get Freddy. The love of my life. Oh dear, what's going on? Some of you could have a Pisces or an oh dear, what can the matter be? B, Brian, I don't know, man. Someone's here is caught between a lion and a rock and a hard place. Leo could be involved. Man, people are trying to fight over a twin flame here, getting all mixed up and confused, like all spiritually connected in denial. This is where it helps you. This is where, well, you don't see it as helping you, because you'll probably be watching this saying, you're full of fucking shit. We can't stand you. We hate you. You're giving us the truth and we don't like it. Unfortunately, Steve does not put connections together. Spirit does. So, you know, you can blame a person all day long, but what you will be blaming is a spirit, and you don't want to do that because the spirit is attached to karma, which is the planet of Saturn. If you do that, then it's not good for your health here. Okay? So, cut with the blame energy. I'm hearing someone still in recovery, okay? Recovering addict or a recovering metaphysical addict that's been cut off, either one financially or been cut off from the virus energy, which is what I've been teaching on Patron about the 7 of Cups just lately. This could be a 7 of Cups, right? It's in depth into the 7 of Cups of dark empathy. And it is like the 7 of Cups of the 7th awakening of the 7th day, which is what we're going to go into, which is when judgment cried of the Boogle on the 7th day. Okay, we'll go into that one, but like the awakening of the 7th day of saying the choice is now yours. Okay, here. Choice is now yours. I haven't said that yet over on the teaching tier, but that's going to be coming out. On the 7th day, Boogle cried of judgment to say you are now have free reins. You have free will to do with life as you wish. Okay. And then all of a sudden free will was took from us when we opened Pandora's box and realised that we have hope. And what does hope do? Destroy your hopes and dreams. Okay, when you realise the white picket fence isn't really true. So you go through metaphysical connections of realising, is it real, is it true, is it false, is it fake? Am I fake, am I not fake, were they fake? Fake profiles, fake profile pictures, I'm hearing fake this, fake that, faking illnesses, faking, I don't know, just like fake, like, oh, what's the point? It's all fake anyway, it's all bollocks, it's not real. Okay, so yeah, when you go through the 7th day, you kind of go through this energy of like there really isn't a day to a month to a year, so you go through a lifetime of awakenings. So basically, yeah, you have like virus energy of a metaphysical dark passenger that suckles onto your energy for life, for growth, okay, for purpose. That's called a marriage. Okay, my pursuit of purpose. What is the point? It doesn't seem to be one. Well, there isn't a point in time. It's called metaphysics. It can last as long as it does. Okay, that's called time. Let's see. So Aquarius, what they got coming up for July. Oh, fuck me. Really? What can the matter be? Well, you're stuck in a metaphysical time warp here. For a lot of you, it's third energies. There's Pisces all up in this business here. Piscean. Okay, unless you're a life path 3 or you make a 3 somehow, but you'll need to turn be on the teaching tier of knowing how many numbers can make up numbers as well. Like life path energy is adding up to numbers. There's a funeral here also. Okay, there's a funeral coming up, very much so, of the loss of a loved one. Someone that could be physically ill, emotionally ill, doctors, hospitals, a funeral. Okay, this is like 4 weddings and a funeral. You could have a wedding and a funeral to go to like I do this month. But that's coming up, well, both months actually. The first one is in June, the rest of, and then the wedding is in July. But there's a huge paradox energy here of what I'm picking up, where there is like weddings, funerals coming up. There is like illnesses, psychotic illnesses like bipolar, schizophrenia. is also needing to, which is what I'm going to be doing very soon, is talking to a mental health practitioner, because I was never actually diagnosed with any kind of medicine that helped for bipolar. They just gave me 20 milligrams of fucking antidepressants of citalopram and said, there you go. No, I need to see a mental health practitioner. I need lithium. But yeah, there's mental health practitioners, there's 4 weddings and a funeral energy coming up as well. Unfortunately, I don't know which way around that is, but it is there. You've got Heartbreak Hotel, you've got Jim Morrison, you've got the Kathy Bates scenario, so you've got Pudgy, you've got Banzerman. I don't know, man. Some weird shit going on. And if it isn't third party, it's a funeral energy. It's like needing to go to church. Okay. Can be. Let's see. Aquarius. What's Aquarius got going on through July? And if you've already had it, you're recovering here. There's a recovering addict, and there's cover workers and needing time off work and everything else, or trying to find work and I can't, and I'm trying to find cover work. I'm trying to be covered. Some of you are trying to find insurance for house and home, or insurance policy. Also in Pucci Pisces Paula P, and a policy, polyps. Some of you might have a breathing disorder or law and order. Some of you might have to go to court here, okay? Physical court, job seekers allowance. This is also like going to the dole office, bruv, queuing up. Oh, you're right there, governor. How you getting on? Yeah, what money have you got for me today? Well, have you been looking for jobs? No. Well, you need to. Okay, so you can't get free money. So you might be looking for insurance. That's what you Americans call it. We don't have insurance here. We just have a nice government that where everybody sponges the fuck off it and doesn't pay anything. And then all us taxpayers pay all the people that don't work. Now that's either because they're incapacitated benefit and they can't work, or they're just lazy as fuck. But whichever way it is, there's this energy of job seekers allowance, disability allowance, not being able to work or can work or can't. Because there's more of this what came through in a Pisces reading, which is what can you do, what can't you do. I can't drink, can't smoke, can't do this right, can't do that right, can't seem to get this correct. Like, you know, I'm always being corrected, I'm always being directed in certain ways, and everyone's telling me what to fucking do and I don't like it. Fucking hell, bruv, there really could be someone at work here that acts like a fucking child. I'm sorry, but I'm really feeling aggression here of someone that acts like a fucking child at work. Why am I swearing at you? I do apologise, Aquarius. I'm hearing, well, I can't get this fucking right, I can't get that fucking right, and if I can't fucking do this, then I can't do that, then there's no point in even being here. I don't even want to live anymore. I'm just going to tell everybody that I don't want to be here, I'm going to quit work, I just don't want to be here. Jesus Christ, who the hell is that? Is it Capricorn energy? Because I'm hearing hell. I don't know, I really don't care. I'm also hearing Helga, Madam Helga, Kelly Jones. Kelly, you're right, Kelly. I don't know, man. I really keep hearing that someone's moaning at work and making other people accountable. This could, like I said, this could have been a situation that happened around where someone works, and it's really pissing the person off because they work. This is normally what happens. You've got to be very careful when you run YouTube channels and stuff like that, because this is where I get a lot of hatred and shit, man. But, you know, you have to have a thick upper skin and realise about spiritual stuff here. But these are parents and people that don't like the connection, like I'm never liked within certain people that are around me. They don't like me. I said this to my sister last night. That's Sagittarius. And I said, I was having a private chat and I mentioned about certain people not liking me. She said, why? And I said, well, to popular belief, they obviously don't understand what it's like when you're on a spiritual connection and so on and so forth, but then they actually want to know spiritual stuff. But yeah, I do popular belief, they don't understand, and a few people don't like me, but never mind, I'm okay on my own, or whatever happens to my life, I'm fine. Don't worry, Aquarius. But I'm hearing here that, you see, the trouble is when there's third-party energies, it takes great understanding. It really does. And it takes great understanding also from siblings. You see, because like when there's fathers and mothers and things like that, it takes a lot of understanding when there's been heartbreak and there's been everything else, and you split up and then you spiritually get back together, and you split up and you get back together, which me and Emily are going to talk a lot about on the vlog there. Okay, it can really start to interact with families, and then families lose trust within you as well. And then they think that you're an arsehole, but they're not actually living there. You see, they didn't live it. They don't go through that spiritual connection to know what that's like. And then normally when you say to them, well, actually, you know, have you tried looking at your own relationship? That's something that you don't want to say. And normally when you throw that in their face and you say, look, are you trying looking at your fucking own? You know, why don't you look after your own? Why don't you mind your own fucking business? And why don't you just look at your relationship instead of mine? Why don't you be more concerned about what goes on with you than what you do me? And that's where families also start to get into arguments. Because, like, why don't you mind your own fucking business and stop being so concerned about what goes on in my life or what goes on at work with me? Why don't you actually mind your own business and, like, actually be worried about what goes on with you instead of me? And then the trouble is when you're a Piscean, you get classed as being selfish. That is a fish. That's selfish. You're selfish. You're arrogant. You're stubborn. You always want everything your own way. You don't never listen or do what I want, right? You don't have to be a Pisces, but you can be classed as selfish because you only think of yourself. And then when you have connections, like, oh, well, you only ever do what you want anyway. You only ever think of yourself. You don't consider my feelings. You don't have empathy for me. Well, that is what you do when you're on a spiritual connection of Four of Wands. You actually learn empathy. What do you think a spiritual awakening is? Do you think that you learn empathy by being empathetic when you're born? Of course you don't. You are born pathetic. Everybody's born pathetic. You can only learn empathy by being hurt. That's the only way you learn empathy. But do you not realise that empathy comes in different forms and manners of having empathy, but then also not having to have empathy? Which is to not be walked over in life and being treated like shit in life. You don't have to have empathy for the wrong sort of people. But the trouble is when you become metaphysically connected to people that you can't avoid, which is karma, you can't blame a connection that is not put together by yourself as a human. It's put together by spirit, which affects soul group people, families, children, kids, previous ex-marriages, grandmothers, mothers. It has a world energy of expanding one's low and high vibration. And the only way we ever learn is by doing it. Okay? So that's how you become have empathy. Okay? Have to be hurt to learn to have empathy for yourself, to actually learn to have it for other people. You have a greater understanding of spirit. You have a greater understanding of life. You suddenly realise that there is more to life than what I am capable and not capable of understanding. Is that we actually do not have free will. Because it's a preordained destiny. It is written for you to learn energies that you cannot ever avoid being a 7 energy, anyone, but you could never avoid karmic lessons. You can't see karma. It's not there for you to avoid it. It's not there to say who does and who doesn't come or go or do anything in life, because you can't stop it. You can't stop life. You can't grab hold of Earth and say, listen, I'm here to save it and stop it. That's trying to stop fucking metaphysics. You can't do it. Right? So there's energies that need to be learnt here, because you definitely have metaphysical energy that hurts. Okay? It's a feeling. Get your hand and rip it into your stomach and pull a feeling out. Would you do it? No. Because you'd be dead and stupid. Put your hand inside of your head and pull your brain out and try and find a memory. Is that there? Of course it isn't. So it's all metaphysics. Feelings and memories are part of metaphysics. They do not exist. They just create a feeling and emotion. Okay? So you learning to be what? Have empathy. So you're awakening. Good luck with your awakening. Stop listening to people like the smart guy that tells you 5 reasons why you should have a spiritual awakening and that it's all good. It's fucking difficult. I don't tell you about the panic attacks and the fucking anxiety and the pain and the anguish and the fucking people that just come out of left, right, left field and give you loads of shit. I don't tell you about that being a part of your fucking karmic awakening. and families that start going batshit fucking crazy, and everybody starts going fucking loopy, and you start noticing about narcissism, control, and gaslighting, sleepless nights, synchronicities of numbers, being overwhelmed, fucking emotional, addictions, narcissists, and everything else. Yeah, that's part of your awakening. They don't tell you that, do they? That's why I prefer people that tell me the truth instead of sugarcoating shit in life. Let's see, Aquarius. Aquarius. So, well, I'm happy. Again, but you got an opportunist energy here. I channeled this through the random reading the other day about peg leg, or someone with a leg, or Peggy. Peggy. Peg leg. Leg. Wet leg. Someone's got a wet leg. Why would you have a wet leg? I don't know. Have you pissed yourself? Or laughing? Someone's just pissed herself laughing. A little bit of pee come out. Someone's just wet themselves. I don't know. Is it a new baby or something and you're changing nappies? Or this just popped out? Someone's got childbearing hips. Someone could have just given birth to a boy here. Something about the boy, Cameron. Okay. This is kind of... I don't want to get too personal here. There's an energy of someone that's left here for a funeral energy here. Okay. Be more considerate here of the ex energy, okay, that was left with child here. Aquarius, what are we going to do with you, Aquarius? Show me one more card. I think it's getting better though, Aquarius. Yes. Well, yes and no, really. It's kind of like two energies. No, yes. So it really could mean that the king and the queen are kind of like counterpart energies that are kind of together, but more than likely actually not living together, but they're kind of like they are together. And then you got the third energy here, and it's bringing the twin flame energy in. Spiritual, like psychic, fucking turmoil, research, trying to figure out what the hell is going on with me, with my awakening, my connection to an asshole. You know. And, yeah. That's helped you out a lot, isn't it? Not really. Does it make it any better, Steve? Not really. Is there anything you can do? No. Is there any tablet you can give us? No. What can I do? Write it out. 7 of Wands. What's the 7 of Wands here for? Leaving you hurt me too. So there's a disappointing energy because of needing to cut someone off because the breakup was too much. Okay. So leaving you hurt me too, but I cannot do this anymore. Okay. I can't keep going through the same thing over and over and over and over again. Because it's either a yes or a no, and if it was a no, then it's more of like leaving, just like aftermath energy, really. Aftermath empath. Learning about empathy. You probably don't realise that are dark empaths. Which do what? It's classed as a spiritual virus. A spiritual virus where you'll be going fucking crazy without it. Okay, now you could have a virus. There could be an illness, but it can also be a spiritual virus. Okay, that you are attached to or attached yourself to. You see, selfish energy, you could have attached yourself to an energy where it hurts without it, right? It's because you don't have a cure. Now, it might be cancer, I did hear that. It could be an illness itself altogether where there isn't really a cure. But that is also what I've been teaching on the spiritual tier, which is about there is no cure for karma. There is no cure for a spiritual virus. Okay, it's two energy sources that come together that when apart realise they don't have the energy to rely on to heal it. Okay, so for better or for worse, together apart, you've got a virus energy here. Okay. You could constantly be ill because of lack of substance, of nutrients and food here. Okay, lack of energy. That would be a spiritual virus as well. Okay, lack of energy because of lack of action, lack of being able to do it. Okay, where the option now got turned around and took from you, left you karmically with nothing, okay, apart from a tainted soul. Four of Wands. I need to focus on my healing. The Aquarius got it in exactly the same place. So you might have even met a new person and you're like, no, fuck off, Dave. I can't be doing with a new person. I'm still healing my chakras from my old person. Right, there are options here, but I do not want you to keep battering my head in because I'm still recovering. Okay. Eventually, I'm never telling anybody to not do a state of recovery. But eventually, no matter what you are recovering from, you have to be recovered. Because the more you think of it, the more you see it. Okay? The more you are aware that it's in your brain. Okay? I'm also hearing a tumor or something like that, of a brain tumor or something. I don't know what that is. What's the Three of Swords? I took the easy way out and I decided to hurt myself here. Selfish. I took the easy way out, or you took the easy way out and you hurt me. You left me because you took the easy way out and you went. But if, like I said, it depends on how much karma there is or was with people. If there's too much karma and there's never decisions that are made, this is a decision that probably got took from someone and said the choice is no longer yours. Okay, the choice is now mine. Okay, depends on which way around your karmic energy goes. It's always someone's choice. Now, as soon as someone makes it, they make their bed and they lie in it. Which means if there are lies, deception, if there is turmoil, arguments, manipulation and lying, it's very difficult to recover from. So basically, somebody can take their own energy back through this reading and say, not so fast. Okay, it might have hurt you, but what happened, happened, and it is what it is. But it is no more, okay? I need to focus on me getting away from this energy, but then it's still blaming of like, you took the easy way out, okay? Or I escaped this with a lucky escape from prison, you know? I had a lucky escape from, well, I don't know, fucking chaos, really, you know? I had a lucky escape. I got out just in time, Gazette or Justin. But like, you know, that could be like prison, house, home, and I got out just in time. It could have been a fire, is also what I'm hearing. Like, I got out of this Four of Wands just in time. Okay. What's this Three of Pentacles? I am happy that it is over. But again, you can say that you are physically walked away, but metaphysics and physics are two different things. Can you metaphysically walk away from anything in life? Okay, so if you think so, okay. So take food, for instance, right? You can physically leave food, okay, and you can eat more healthy, but can you metaphysically or physically leave the thoughts of chocolate cake and party favours and food and drugs? Even though it is still present on this earth, you can leave it, okay, and you can leave it for another day, but then when you're thin, you might start going back to eating chocolate cake, burgers, chips, fries, pizza, going out for a cup of Rocky Road. I don't know, right? But that would make it more metaphysical between the distance that you're on a diet before you can actually start eating again. When you start realising, oh, I've lost a load of weight, I can now relapse and go back to eating chocolate, cake, chips, burgers, everything else, right? So when you start to look at, like, I'm happy it's over, you can have a momentarily lapse of reason, realising, okay, it's a period of separation and loss, okay? But memories and feelings alter. Memories do not. Because when you have the memory, you have the feeling. The memory creates the feeling stirs up the memories, and they work in tandem to be upset, lost, worried, panicked, and fearful. Okay? So they work in tandem, but it all starts from the brain. Okay? So you can physically walk off or leave something, but you can't metaphysically leave karma behind. That's what I'm saying to you. Okay? Because it leaves an imprint on the image of what you're here to do. It leaves an imprint. Your eyes leave imprints on the world, okay, because you remember it, okay. Leaves a stain of a virus energy. King of Swords. I don't need your approval. I can do what I want anyway. So whether you do or whether you don't, it don't really matter because the power is in with the king. Okay? I don't need your approval to come or go or do anything. If you don't like it, then don't interfere. Okay? This really could be an argument that comes up around families here. Okay? I don't need your approval to say whether I can or can't. I'm ugly enough and old enough to know to look out myself. So I don't really need you to tell me what I can and can't do. Your input is not helping. Okay? Whoever that is around. Because I'm not kind of picking up these messages of love energy. I'm picking it more up as a sibling, married, divorced couple that's foobarred, really. Queen of Cups. I'm sorry. Sorry seems to be the hardest word. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I pretended you didn't mean that much. There you go. Well, it's a sad sack of sorry. You can be sorry all day long, but sorry is still metaphysical, isn't it? You know, it happens, things happen, and you can live in regret and think that you're sorry, but there may be choices that got took from someone, and their choice is no longer theirs. Like I said, metaphysics gives you a choice. You're supposed to take it there and then, with confidence. If you don't, you hesitate. You hesitate for very long periods of time, the option gets taken from you because you had an option. Spirit give you it. You're supposed to be prepared and ready for future. Okay, because it's right in front of your eyes to live it. If you don't and you fear it, what do you get? Rejected. Fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, rejected, didn't take an opportunity, didn't work out, didn't go according to plan because it was probably not meant to be. It was probably a short-term stay, lease type sort of thing, right? Lisa, Liz, Linda, I'm also hearing. I don't know. Oh, shit, bruv. What the fucking hell? Sorry, Aquarius. I just realised that I have not done your reading. And I have done Pucci. I have done that. Okay. So, sorry about that. So, this is more of a spiel now. If you would like to join Patron, it'll be on the first tier and also the full access bundle, okay? Which is weeklies and monthlies. The teaching tier is different, okay? It's a separate tier, okay? But if you would like to join for this, it's on both. The first tier is like $3 or $4 for the whole month, and you get a monthly and 2 monthlies, okay? And that's what you kind of get. And then I'm going to do a full spread and clarify it for you and see what you've got coming up generally for your month. And then weeklies, they are all over the place. The last weekly will be done over on Patreon only on the full access weekly and monthly. And then the first weekly of the month is done over on YouTube and then continues over on the full access on Patreon. And we kind of go on there. Then you also have the teaching tier, but it should tell you all about it below. It does explain it on Patreon, explains it in the videos and written work of what you get if you want to upgrade to the teaching tier, because there's a lot of great stuff that is over there on that teaching tier, and you will see snippets that come out just to give you a trailer to show you what I'm teaching at that specific point. But there's like 30 videos over there at the moment if you would like to join, but it tells you all about it below. Thank you for your support. I really do appreciate it, guys, and stay tuned for more unless I see you on Patreon.